I'm here with my cousin. Look at me. Whoa! Hold up. This is the second time being in Miami. How do you feel?
Good.
How was your trip?
It was awesome.
We didn't get that much audio, but this is the last moment. This is after she got her locks done. Yes. And the same girl did my locks, so we in the building. So you enjoyed your stay?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what's one thing you learned?
How to work on peace and calmness. Yes.
I agree. Miami, I don't know, you get too much of that, but it's necessary. What's one thing y'all guys learned?
Family is good.
Family is good. True. Daniel?
Family is the most important thing in life.
How you gonna take the boy answer and try to make it better?
Yeah, I made it better.
You could have came up with something else. Alrighty. You see how big that TV is? This was an insert. On what day again?
Saturday the 30th.
The 30th. 2019.
You have to check out the gifs.
Yes. It's a bit of a glare, but try not to let that distract you from my message. I feel like the angels are present and everything that I do is connected, Every part of this video is attributing to the message that I'm trying to deliver, in other words. Things that I can do and also things that just come naturally, like when the moringa starts to rain down and things like that. When the wind blows or when I see like a frog or things like that, that's significance to me, and timing and just, trusting my inner self. All those aspects goes into when and how I do my videos. I have structure on myself in regards to the fact that I have goals that I know I have to achieve by a certain time, but how it comes to be is never something that I try to control. I make time for things consistently, but in how it unfolds, I'm grateful for the fact that I asked for the opportunity to live a life where I can control when and where I make these decisions, and I do live a life like that at this point. So I try to use it to my advantage and make sure that everything that I'm doing is still going towards the goal of self-development overall. What you could obtain means very little, but once you have a form of structure, that's the world for people, My cousin was here, so I wasn't as active on the recording, which it should have been the other way around, but I like to be a very present person. This was my first time meeting her, and I didn't get a chance, like I said, to get her on video, but I added that little snip in the beginning, so hopefully I enjoyed that. It was very organic. It was just an interesting experience because I can feel the fact that we were family, blood ties. That's how blood ties are real, because with other people, you know your family. I mean, I've spoke to her obviously in time, later in my years, but when I was around her, that it's more than just knowing who she was. When I was around her, she felt like family. And it also felt like I wouldn't be seeing her for the last time. It was just comfort, and it was just good to see her at this period, because right now, she's with child, and I just think it's so beautiful. Just, I feel like that's something that's been in abundance in this time. And it's also something that kind of triggers me, because I feel like I'm at an age where that ideal would not be unrealistic. A lot of people are getting with child even younger in age than me, so it just lets me analyze where I am in life and what I'm devoting my energy to and how that's being manifested. I'm grateful for it, but internally, I think just being a woman, we always have that thought, just like some women have the thought of being married, and I'm sure men has their own things that hit our milestones. But one thing about me is I don't choose to rush how my life develops, because right now I'm in a different transition that is still giving me a form of stability and motivation to develop, and I think that that's all that matters. I feel like life is just so perfectly timed, and Universe knows, the Most High knows, Allah knows, and I think I know as well that in regards to manifesting that, I'm not necessarily in that position, but it's still something that emotionally triggers me because, you know, it's abundance of it. But what I've learned through her is that it's really just a transition. It's not like something that takes away from who you are, though, because she was like the easiest pregnant person I've ever dealt with, and I do deal with a lot of maternal women, but in regards to like, it didn't adjust anything in her physical health besides just you know, the baby, prenatal, and then keeping up with that. But she just had a interesting, besides that aspect, she had an interesting concept in how she lived her life and how she looked at her life. And one of the things she mentioned is that what she learned here was peace and patience, and I just thought that was beautiful. That is beautiful, because I can relate to that definitely. But it's funny how you get so tied up in the rat race because, you know, she's from the Bahamas, so I'm sure the lifestyle is a bit slower, even though her lifestyle is more active than someone like me would be, because I live in the rat race. Like, you know, the highways, for example, that's a clear symbolism of what the energy I'm trying to depict means. Traffic, all those aspects. But you know, when I was in Eleuthera, she's from that island, but she's not on that island now. But it's just to give you an idea of how slower a lot of things are over there. So, you know, even though she lives in an active lifestyle, like she's working like a lot, you know, and I'm not, you know, necessarily in that lifestyle anymore, but I'm still in this aspect of a faster lifestyle, faster paced life here. It was just interesting that she brought up the aspect of, you know, peace. And because I went to Eleuthera and the ideal of looking for that, and I believe that I found that. So it was just a flip of perspectives, but still giving the same energy. So that's why I say, who's to say what's good and what's bad, because it's just up to someone's perception. But to see someone else's perception like that, like, it's always interesting because I could connect to it, but it still allows me to see from a different point of view. I think that's one of the reasons why I like to travel overall. Yeah, different people expand your consciousness. There's a frog over there. First I had to make sure it wasn't no snake because I just saw the front of it. But first you have to adjust the consciousness of like the cultures. But I want to see snow this year. I definitely believe I'm going to see snow, and y'all stay tuned for that. I'm going to be going to Philly, so y'all stay tuned for that, because I definitely, if I see snow, I'm definitely going to get that shit in camera. We're going to do it like this. We're going to talk about that shit. Oh, let me keep it PG, sorry, because they asked on my videos for kids, and I had to say no because of the way that I speak. But I definitely want to keep it real, but let's keep it PG. But after I adjust the consciousness of people and culture, then I have to adjust to like a concept of snow, which is like something that's, I've never seen snow in my whole 24 years of living. So I just wonder how that's going to make me look at the earth. You know, I saw hell this year, and I'm hoping that wasn't what I thought snow was, but it did come down like it was like a hailstorm, and I was in the park, so I was able to really be in the elements of the coldness and be in the elements of tasting it, and it tastes like real ice. So that was something that was interesting. You know, you gotta just pick up a whole, you know, I eat ice. I have ice and water right here, where they say ice is not good, but in certain moments I just appreciate ice. So but you just pick up a whole cup of the ice hell off I didn't do that. I only took up like 2, maybe 3, but it was lit though. It was really cold too. It was like if you would have kept it in a cup, it would have just held its place for a little minute before it melted. But only real ice people know what I'm talking about right now. Maybe people don't, but whatever. The concept of what I would really want to bring it to a whole is that it's good to learn more. You know, it's definitely based to learn about yourself so that you're able to appreciate objectives more, and it's not like a resistance, it's more of like a rather than a like, no, I know what I know, you know. So that's the way you have to play it, because you could be anywhere and it could seem as if, but to another person, the perspective changes everything about it. So you have to make sure that everywhere you're going, if you're exploring, that you're open to the idea of learning and knowing that it's just so much and you can never know enough. And just going at your pace and doing what you want to do. And I give thanks for life. I give thanks for my family. And I guess the purpose in this was just like an interlude to pretty much embrace the ideal of consistency, and also to embrace the ideal of reality. I guess the angels like that. So it's Love Tour, and we'll be back with some more. Give thanks.